It is definitely a challenging time to be an MSP. Here we are, getting out of COVID, dealing with a lot of work from anywhere, and now just recently another kind of industry, RMM tool breach with Kaseya. Frankly, it is maybe a terrifying time to be an MSP. And I think that the RMM industry and even the IT industry as a whole, it might be time for a little bit of a shakeup. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of VC money, a lot of private equity money, gobbling up these software vendors and these different IT, even providers, but more so on the software side. And I think a lot of us can agree that we see what we end up seeing when these software companies have been acquired is a lot less innovation and a lot more stagnation, right? It seems that the development slows down, customer support kind of goes out the window, and yet the sales side of the engine keeps on churning and ramping up. And unfortunately, it's a lose-lose situation for everybody involved. VC and PE, private equity are, they have a financial interest in these businesses and are trying to find a way to recoup and reprint all of that money that they spent in the acquisition, and thereby the software and the company kind of suffers from that. Thereby, we as an industry suffer, and we've kind of seen this in a few different places. But I think it's time, especially in the RMM space, I would love to see more innovation and less stagnation. I think we've got to really look at how these tools, how powerful these tools are, and they need to be, right, so that we can be efficient and get things done. But, maybe a different way of architecting them so that they're not so susceptible to these horrible trickle-down events. And again, I think it is frankly a scary time to be an MSP. It is super, super important for us to do everything we can in locking things down and creating hurdles to protect ourselves. And I think it might be time for some to, either get out or look for really a good resource to partner with, maybe another MSP, maybe another IT company or whatever. Because if you're not capable of putting your head down and putting in the work to do all of these best practices, lockdowns, security, and navigating this ever-changing water and be willing to adapt on a weekly basis, then maybe it's no longer time for you. And I think there's plenty of worthy exit strategies in that, right? For me, I think it's a scary time, but I think there's also a lot of opportunity in this. Opportunity for us to shine, as a cybersecurity focused MSP, in doing the things that need to be done for our clients. It's a lot of work, but again, I look at things in the long run, and I think that looks promising. Are you willing to wake up every day and get punched in the face? And if that's no longer for you, okay, then adjust and then act accordingly, right? I don't see this immediately changing, right? We have been through a year, almost 2 years now of just another hit, right? And things changing, right? We get out of one patch frenzy scenario, and then we hear about a breach via this, right? Or whatever it may be. It's a new problem of the week, so to speak. And I think if you're not willing to, again, put your head down and do the work every day, then it may be time to look at other things.